Hello. All right. I was like thinking about stuff that I need to finish, like my engine, and I was like, man, this cartoon render pipeline I made is actually pretty decent. Like a bunch of these features, like the wind effects and stuff, but it's like I just need to release it, and I need to do a little bit of documentation at least to show people how to use it. So, um, it's pretty much done. I was just looking through it. Um, so I think I'm gonna make it so that right now it just selects one global spotlight. I think I'm gonna program it to search through the spotlights and pick whichever one has is the brightest and nearest, similar to what we do for the sphere lights right there. And then I was thinking about doing a demo scene because this isn't really that good for showing it off. I was thinking doing a little procedural scene. Uh, yeah, I want to finish this procedural generation code anyways. So I was thinking, let's do a procedural scene out of it. So anyways, I'm just gonna test out we're gonna go through all these. I guess I'll do the procedural terrain to begin. We're gonna go through, check if everything works, and if it doesn't, we're gonna fix it up. So I can't remember if this automatically creates the terrain. It looks like it does. So then we just need to create terrain layers. And we'll reuse. Actually, I was thinking that layers are restricted to certain certain render pipelines, but I don't think so. All right. And then I need to program this to set the data. I think I already have an example. I'm gonna have to go into the sample scene to see where it is. And I'm gonna try something today where I talk less on stream and see if I develop faster. Because I did find the other day when I didn't talk, I worked way faster. Hey, core activities. Yes, mechanical keyboard noises. I like that you have audio text thingy. Oh, closed captions. It's also nice if you're trying to, I don't know, if you don't have headphones or you can't play audio for whatever reason. Like you're in school or something. Alright. So we are trying to generate a procedural terrain right now. As a musician, sooner or later I will need this service. Procedural terrain, mountain go up? Yes. Okay. Here is our terrain. This flat bit. So now, hopefully our code... We've got some code to set it. Hopefully it'll work. I'm going to create 2 layers. What sort of terrain do you want to create? This is just a test, just to even do procedural terrain. There's not any specific goal. I'm just looking if I want to set splat maps during this. I think I'll mess with splat maps. Check if the height is over a certain value, and then change the material based off that. You want to move the height of the vertices based on some input, yeah, and then we're also setting splat map channels for texturing. And I might need to scale up the height. Oh! Alright, so I forgot something. I forgot that height is evaluated as 0 to 1. So I need to take this and I need to scale it down. I don't know what splat map is, but I assumed it's a sort of tile render. Imagine where red is active, like red equals 1. It has one texture, and where green is 1, it has another texture. And then where red and green are 0.5, they, alright, it's still way too spiky, but it works. Yeah. It's fading between multiple textures based off the colors of another texture. Alright, so we're going to do a total height so I can actually do it the original heights that I wanted to. So now we multiply any of our normal heights by this, and it will give us yeah, it'll give us a properly scaled height. I'm having a hard time talking about this morning. I guess I'm tired. So you can layer textures. Alright, there we go. We got a nice little wavy... It's got... What it... Is this because of the default pixel error and stuff like that? Yeah, shit. So I guess... Yeah, I'll need to change that myself if I want it to not do that. Anyways, this procedural terrain is all working, so that's cool. That's all I wanted to do, is just to test to make sure it's working. Splat maps and everything are working. I kind of want to test out... the details. But yeah, adding details from code is kind of complicated. I'm just going to assume that because this works off Unity's system, that it all just works. Since this is basically just setting Unity's built-in values. You look kind of like Jesus. Yes, multiple people have said I look like Jesus. Thank you. Okay. So the terrain generation is really simple. We're going to move on to voxel generation, which is a lot more complicated. I guess you already heard that a lot. I gotta remember how this code works again. Okay. So it's going to automatically initialize this for us on awake. It will automatically call generate. Why does it automatically generate? That might not be a smart... I guess because I'm expected to automatically set voxels. I'm thinking, yeah, we're not gonna do any generation. Creating a world right now, maybe you'll put a character in there that kind of looks like you, and maybe the characters in your game will become self-aware and think that the character might be super important for some reason. They'll write books about him. You know, turn water into wine. That's what everyone remembers him for, the person who showed up with booze. Okay, so this is UINT32 supported on every platform? I don't think it is. So I think I'm going to need to use 16-bit. Note that GPU support for 32-bit indices is not guaranteed on all platforms. Fuck. Okay, that's what I thought. That is what I thought. Shit. So... yeah, we'll go with UN16. So that means we're limited to 65k vertices. Unless we don't use indices. Don't know if you know about the Bible, but it's also kind of confusing about whether Jesus is the Son of God or God himself, and yeah, so that would explain this problem. It's like his avatar in the simulation he created. Ah. Hopefully I'm no one's puppet or avatar. So would, I gotta do some math here, would the limit be... yeah, so I'm deciding whether or not I want to use 64-bit, or sorry, if I want to use 16-bit or 32-bit, since 32-bit isn't supported everywhere. But it's like very, very few platforms it's not supported on. So I'm thinking I'm just going to use 32-bit because 16 by 16 chunks... See, it's actually not that big a deal because you normally split the voxel world into chunks anyways, so that they can be frustum called. So you kind of don't want to make these too big. But then, okay, so I gotta calculate this. What's the maximum number of index values? So, cube has 6 points. And those are what... I gotta look at this. Ni plus plus. Ni is a vec3, so each vertice... Okay, yeah, so 6 points... Oh, wait... But each, the normals and the tangents and things need to be different. So it's actually 4 points per face. So 4 times 6 is 24 times 16 times 16 times 16. Except if every block was filled in like this, it would be a maximum of half, or maybe even less, like divided by 4. So yeah, we can do a 16 by 16 chunk. We can do a 16 by 16 chunk. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go with 16-bit just to... It makes things more efficient. Now I gotta say here that volume size should be smaller than 20 to prevent overflowing 16-bit index buffer. So now I'm going to change this to use short for 16-bit. And right now this just outputs triangles in every spot. Hello, Oopme. was going to do a constant here too, to say public const byte null voxel or empty voxel 255. Okay. Yeah, I removed generate from here, so what we're going to do is we're going to call generate straight away, and this should just create a giant block of triangles facing all one direction. Played your game and was soft locked in 10 seconds. Wait, really? Where did it soft lock? And I'm assuming you were on Linux. Did it just freeze the Unity editor? 10 seconds in is a weird place to soft lock, because it's like, was that like straight out? Pick up supply list, go out of house, press escape, unstuck, you lose supply list, and cannot go back to house. Wait. Really? I think you're right. I think you're actually right. Alright, so go out of the house. Wait, how does this soft lock it? I don't think this soft locks it. I think it just resets the objective and you can just still... I think you can still go to the next... Oh my god, you're right, it soft locks it. Oh my god. It completely freezes. So that's so weird. It doesn't even give any errors. Object reference not set to instance of object. That must be it. Interesting. Alright, nice. You found a... You figured out how to soft lock it 10 seconds in the game. Interesting. I thought you have to back to house. Anyways, there's no reason that you should... Oh, wait. If you die, I think you're actually right. I wonder if you die going over the river, if that would soft lock you. Doors stop working in the house. Yeah, when it reloads, since it doesn't get the supply list, it doesn't update any of the states when it reloads, so the door is completely shut. And it, I guess going to the next scene... Oh, I need to attach a mesh filter. But yeah, that is definitely a bug. I'm not fixing it. I don't really care. Interesting, though. Yeah, save systems are really, really annoying. I have perfect 60 FPS everywhere. Well, the poly count is like under 100k triangles, so it should. It runs even on an Android phone. Okay, there we go. So these are going to be our voxels. Oh, it looks like there's a bug. They are, for whatever reason, cut off right here. Is there anywhere else? Oh, it's because the volume size is 32. Alright, I'm just going to work on the next faces. I also got to decide, do I want to generate normals? Or do I want to do normals manually? I feel like recalculate normals is probably like way slower than me just encoding the normals in there. So I gotta think about this. I think we're gonna do UVs. I could have sworn that I already had more of this done. Like I could have sworn that it was already outputting UVs. Hold on, I wonder if I have a different project. When did I do this? What the... Wait, what the fuck? So this is done. And I don't even think I used this in the project. Did I? No, I didn't even use the voxels. Oh my god, so I already have this done in another project. Okay. That's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. And I used Uint 16. Because, oh my god, dude, I'm literally thinking about this twice. Copy and paste that shit. Alright, now let's set these to random stuff. Wait, did I even do... Okay, the UVs. I don't think I did the UVs, no. So the UVs aren't scaled by the tile map at all. I need to fix that. So yeah, I need to do proper texturing, but then should be good. Is there an easy way to declare these as bytes in C#? I hate having to cast everything. Wait, why is this so small? This worked, but it's very small. Huh. Yeah, I guess I just did it out of 1 to make it easy. There we go, that's... Alright, there's our procedural voxels. It's actually working. So now I'm gonna mess with the texture generation. We're gonna do 2 different, we're gonna do like a texture atlas. I'm also wondering if, I think there's going to be seams along the corner of the texture atlas. At least doing it this way, but we'll see. Now I need a material that has some sort of texture atlas. I don't think I have one. I think we'll need to make one. I'm just wondering if anywhere here I did have... I don't think so. Go in paint.net. Modern C++, you cast everything. Yeah, unless, yeah. I actually don't know. In C, you can not cast everything if you want, but you get a bunch of errors. I'm wondering if it's like, or you get a bunch of warnings. So it's like, you can get away with not casting things at the cost of compiler errors, but that annoys a bunch of people. Alright, so we're just going to make 2 really crappy texture examples right now. We're going to make like 1 green and 1 brown for like grass and dirt. It's like a shitty version of Minecraft. Okay, there is our texture. Just making sure these are the proper sizes. Yeah. So we're gonna save these. These are gonna be the our voxel textures. So I think I can just set the texture. I'm actually wondering if I would do this with the tiling options, where I could actually use the yeah, I'll have to see. So right now, this should just do a bad thing of both textures. XYZ equals vertex color based. Okay. Man, there's some stuff in this that I have actually forgotten how it works. How am I doing this wind scaling? So apply wind, world position, wind equals vertex color multiplied by wind scale. Why am I using the XYZ of the vertex color for this? Hello, Alex Son. Am I doing wind and... Okay, so I could do wind in the particle shaders too. I feel like wind might actually be useful in particle shaders, have it like wave back and forth. Yeah, I'll have to see. It's actually something I can add later. I'm thinking of changing the way this works. I'm thinking it should just come from the W component. Phone. Yeah, so I think I should just do this with a vec2. So if wind is a float, float to v.color.w. So yeah, The problem is I actually might want to use vertex coloring on some of these. Like, I might want to do a shader that has vertex coloring. Like, I'm actually thinking, do I want to add vertex color support to this? So is there a way to do vec2 in shaders? The vec2 shader property. I think it's either like full vector 4 or nothing. Yeah. I could try doing 2 here. Constant y equals vertex alpha scale. I wonder if I should do this as fixed. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave this the way it is, and we might fix this up later. Because I'm gonna start doing a little example scene, and I have a feeling once I start doing that, I'll put wind in it, and I'll decide whether or not... I think I'll do an actual mesh that has a vertex color change based off the W. And let's focus on this one thing right now. Okay, yeah, so this did what I thought it would do. It splits the half of the voxels between each mesh. Hello, Wolfie. So, now the decision. How do I want to encode the UVs? How's it been doing? It's going good. We're making voxel generation, similar to Minecraft. Right now I'm working on these textures. It's supposed to be... It's not supposed to be like split across the middle. Did you finish your game? Yeah. The game is linked down below on my Twitch. It's right here. Go check it out. Nice. Me just found a soft lock. So don't die in the first 5 minutes of the game or you'll soft lock and you'll need to restart the game. Just a heads up. Just a heads up. Yeah. It's... Man, maybe... Yeah, I don't know. I feel... On one hand, I kind of want to go and fix that because I know exactly how to fix that. And on the other hand, I never want to open up that Unity project again. Oh, man. So... I'm curious. If I set tiling to 0.5 here, it should actually have it so that we can do normalized UV coordinates. I'm known to die as soon as the game starts because I'm smart at doing dumb things. Oh my god. So you gotta make it over the stream. As long as you don't die while you're jumping over the rocks or like stream bed at the beginning, you'll be good. Alright, so we have a little bit of an interpolation error right here. You can see a little line. So that, yeah, we're going to have to account for all of that when we do this generation. But let's just go into it. I got to generate coordinates with the tile map, width and height, and scale the UVs based off that. I was running around house for a few minutes just looking for out of bounds. You really don't have to bug test it that much. I'm gonna give you a lurk. I need to finish up some assignment. Alright, good luck on that assignment. It'd be really cool to see you play the game. I love seeing there's a few YouTubers that just go through itch.io and they just play a whole bunch of new games. It's honestly really cool. I love when that happens to my game. It's like... It's so good for game devs, and I feel like it's actually like... I don't know, the people making the videos are getting decent number of views. I guess playing scuffed games can be pretty funny to some people. So this is the complicated part. Converting from a voxel ID coordinate to our UV. So I think I can do this once. So we're going to do the bottom left UV coordinate from the ID right here. So this is okay, so we're going to need to do modulo tile map width, and then the UVY is divided by tile map width. I'm thinking about this. I think this is it. This is how it works. So this splits our ID into X and Y, and then we're going to need to multiply this by the norm X and Y. And then we add the offset coordinates by these norm X and Y. So that, yeah. Okay, I think we got this. So now we add this UV base to these scaled by the tile norm X and Y. Put this in a vector 2 so we can just add it up. Man, I've heard some shit that makes me feel like it's gonna like... So, okay, so for like the past like 20 years, the internet has honestly been pretty fucking good. People, for the most part, can just upload videos on YouTube. If a guy wants to just, like, make a video on, like, fucking playing WoW or some shit, they can just upload that. The whole reason that you're allowed to upload World of Warcraft that's, like, copyrighted content, or the whole reason people are able to upload, like, DMCA music to YouTube before it gets DMCA'd, is because we have laws right now that protect YouTube and the companies. It basically, like, even though YouTube and Facebook are the websites, we have laws that say if you upload stuff to them, it's not, like, if a person uploads to Google and Facebook and YouTube, it's that person's responsibility what they upload. It's not Google and Facebook and YouTube's responsibility if people upload things that are DMCA'd. So that is like currently a law in our copyright laws that protects websites, so that like the whole freedom of the internet right now exists off laws, off like one very specific law called Section 230. In like the past year or two, Congress in the US has specifically threatened Facebook, Google, and Twitter with revoking Section 230. Basically, it would destroy the internet as we know it. It means that like live streamers on Twitch wouldn't be able to exist at all, or like it means that if we played DMCA music on Twitch, Twitch could face serious financial repercussions, which means that Twitch wouldn't even allow the majority of streamers. Like, basically, the future of the internet potentially looks like a completely closed garden where only people who have been verified by copyright companies and big organizations can actually post things online. That is a very scary thought for me. At least growing up in like this freedom, open huge open space, the complete opposite of a closed walled-in garden. It's US laws because YouTube and Facebook located in US. You can move business to other country and don't care about US laws. That's a good point. That's a good point, but a lot of countries, like in the EU, it's arguably even worse, like law-wise. Or at least most of the EU. So it's like, right now, so I've heard that there is potentially like, so like, how streamers have gotten DMCA a lot recently on Twitch, or previously a bunch of streamers are sitting at like 2 out of 3 strikes on their account. They play one more music video or something, their account is gone, they're banned off Twitch. I heard somewhere that potentially the big Hollywood and copyright companies are collecting. They are collecting all these examples of people breaking the copyright laws on Twitch. Like, each time a person has a VOD that plays some copyrighted song, they're noting this. They're putting it in a folder, and they're apparently Hollywood and music corporations are collecting, or music labels are collecting this giant lawsuit to put against Twitch and YouTube, where they'll basically go and say, like, look at how much money you've lost us. You have played these many videos. Streamers have played these songs so many times. And they'll basically have, like, they will have exact numbers and data on people breaking the copyright laws. And I think there's a very real fear that Section 230 gets revoked and that we actually see the internet become a closed garden. I'm hoping to God that doesn't happen. But that is the direction that it looks like the internet is moving, and that the government is moving. 95% money in internet business come from US. This is the only reason why everyone care about DMCA stuff. Twitch has Amazon on background, so yeah, I don't know about that, because like China is a huge fucking market these days for internet business. And like India is supposedly also a big, but not as big source. But yeah, it's like, we think it's bad right now. Like, I was just thinking how, like, man, I would love to play a song on stream right now, and it's like, I'm not going to do that. But it's like, I think that's bad right now. It could potentially get to the point in like a year or two where you're not even allowed to stream or post videos until they've been verified by like some moderator or something. Like, I fully see internet janitors taking over the internet in the future. It's gonna be yeah. Alright, so we go through and we do this for each of the faces so that it has proper UVs. But yeah, then on the other hand, I think about like the World of Warcraft private server that I've played for the past 8 years, and it's located in France and has never been shut down because France doesn't listen to US copyright laws or notices. So that's cool. I guess it's not all of EU, just most of EU. But yeah, I think the most annoying thing would be if Section 230 got revoked, and it would basically mean that, like, Facebook and Google and YouTube and every other website is now obligated to scan every bit of content that's uploaded by users. And so, like, a whole bunch of companies, like, a bunch of websites literally wouldn't be able to afford. Like, first of all, it's actually not technologically viable to scan every piece of media that's uploaded. Like, the processing power required to scan it and detect copyrighted material is so many magnitudes higher than actually uploading and storing the data. It's like, I literally don't think it's viable, but that won't stop politicians from making it a law. That will not stop it. So, like, basically, if that shit happens, the way I see it going is that the only companies that really have that put to scale right now is Google. Like, Google's content identification on YouTube is somewhat unrivaled. And that's kind of the fear, is the government or US Congress passes this or revokes the law, and then companies go, well, I guess I have to pay Google to scan all my content, because Google's basically the only company offering content copyright scanning. So it's literally like we're basically set up, like, all Congress has to do is revoke Section 230, and it will literally, like, feed money into Google, because Google will offer as a service to scan people's uploaded content for copyright. Create a giant monopoly around Google where there already is a giant monopoly. And at the same time, closing off the internet way more than we've ever seen before. Well, unless you live in, like, Iran or some shit where they regularly shut off the internet. Unseen for the US before. Yeah, Google. Alright. Let's see if this works. I am somewhat skeptical that this is just gonna work. But let's see. Oh, it kind of worked. It kind of worked. So we still have the UV border, a very slight border right there. We need to fix that. But it should be filling these in with dirt. It is not filling these in with dirt. I gotta think, why is this happening? UV base times tile norm. Maybe my procedural generation. Oh yeah, if this is bigger than 0.5, so I need to do divided by 0.5. Okay. There we go. Alright, cool. So we got voxel generation. There is a little seam on the UV maps right here. This is what we're gonna fix now. I think at 0, 0, it's actually good. I think on the corners right here, it's good. It's just on one axis, or I think it's just on the positive axis right here. I don't know though, it kind of looks like it's happening on both the positive and negative. It's hard to tell. Oh no, yeah, I can see in the line where it ends here, it's just on one side. Okay, so I think we can fix this by scaling it back a little bit. In 90X, everyone thought that Pepsi will buy everything in US and world in the next 10 years. Pepsi collapsed. In internet, we have examples: MSN, Skype, ICQ. Even largest corporations may collapse in next years. Honestly, that would probably be pretty good. I think like the weird thing is how little corporations have collapsed these days. Like it's almost like the government and things don't want businesses to collapse when that's like the natural order. Like I do believe in natural selection and that businesses that fail should die. Like it's harsh, but that's how you get new businesses showing up and evolving. But yeah, it honestly seems to me like a lot of these big companies, like even though Google has so many blunders, they're not failing. Like I feel like corporations should almost be failing more than they are. So I think I'll just scale this added value here and keep this the same. Wait, that made it worse and made it better. I am confused. That fixed it on the one side and broke it on the other side. Huh. So I wonder if I need to increment this by like 0.5. Like the UV base should be like... Like I should add 1 divided by the voxel size to this. I think I should. I think I should. Oh, yeah. So I think I need the texel size for this, which is really annoying because I don't have access to the texel size right now. So yeah, I can't tell if this is on the one side or if this is on... Yeah, so now it doesn't tile properly and has a seam. Ooh, that's interesting. So that actually... That removed the interpolation. Oh yeah, I actually should have expected that. Okay, so yeah, I think I will need to, I don't know if I want to pass the texture in here. Tile map width, tile pixels, tile pixel size. I guess just tile size. Let's try adding this tile center to it, and then I think I'll still need to scale this down. We'll see though. Yeah, I definitely think that wait, isn't this 32? Yeah, so that is right. That doesn't seem like it's right. I guess because I gotta multiply this by the actual tile map width and height. Now let's try scaling it down. Oh, I made some mistake. Why did that fail? What is it doing? I think it's something with this tile norm too. Oh, this isn't being scaled right. This is supposed to subtract, I think, this one. Tile norm minus tile center times 2. I think that's the way. This is the way. Oh yeah, here we go. So it has a seam between the voxels, but it's all good. It properly tiles. I'm actually just thinking though, I actually don't need this if there's not linear filtering. So like if this has nearest filtering, then we don't actually need this half seam. I think. So let me, what do I call this? Linear seam fix. Seamless linear. So then if no linear filtering, and otherwise we can just set these to the default. So now I should be able to turn this off and to have proper point filtering. Yep, nice. So now we have full tiles. All right. There we go, voxel generation. Yeah. So now we're going to turn the voxel generation into distance field generation. Maybe. I might end stream now, we'll see. I'm just looking at the time. And I think I'm happy with this code. It works fairly well. Let's make it whatever. Yeah, I'm just thinking where I want to go. I think I'm going to go straight from generating the voxels to generating the distance field, because that's what I originally... Okay, so on my website, like 8 years ago, I used to have a tutorial blog post on generating generating meshes from distance fields using voxels and things. And I deleted, at some point, I accidentally deleted my whole blog off my website and never saved the blog post, but I thought it was a really good blog post, because generating distance fields generating meshes from distance fields is really useful. I actually still have the code here. The code is still on my website under Ethan's graphics kit. I just don't have the blog post anymore. Anyways, there are things in the code that I wanted to improve and optimize, because I'm doing a lot of distance function samples right here. So anyways, I'm going to rewrite this with better code working from this procedural voxel chunk, which you can see is already less, like, this is actually, like, this is already way more minimal and nicer. And then I'm thinking, like, do I want to write a blog post again on this? I think I might, because I think it's something that's really useful. Yeah. So we'll see. I'm pretty happy with this. It's simple, but like a bunch of people work for a really long time just to try and get voxel generation like Minecraft here. So I'm happy to have it. Here we can see it with shadows. This almost looks like a little bit of light bleeding right here. It's hard to tell. It's probably because I have so much shadow bias. Yeah. Anyways, so I talked a bit before. I was thinking about, like, after Hopton's trip, what do I want to work on? Like, setting a goal like Hopton's trip of just finishing this game was really good, and that I just need to, like, basically just set another goal like that. And so what I'm figuring right now is, first of all, I was thinking of doing more work on my JavaScript engine here. Like, these example, like, it's so close to being an actual engine. Like, I was looking at this, like the particle system example, and it was like so much of this stuff just works great. Anyways, I was thinking that the next thing I was going to work on was the JavaScript engine, but this cartoon render pipeline is like basically done. So this is what I'm going to finish next, because it seems ridiculous to do this cartoon render pipeline, like do this cartoon render pipeline and then not release it at all. So we're gonna do this, and we're gonna make a little demo scene where it's just like, I was actually thinking of doing like a winter scene where you just walk through like a bunch of pine trees and things, but something that just shows off simple cartoon graphics. And then I was thinking the one thing that we could fix up with this is doing more post effects, because there's no post effects right now, doing like bloom and basic things like that, which isn't that hard. But yeah, in the process of that, fixing up some of this stuff like the procedural generation, just like getting all this stuff I've started in Unity finished. And then the plan is to do like use this cartoon render pipeline to make some little games. Like I want to make some more games like Hopton's Trip that are just small little contained adventures, but I do not want to use universal render pipeline again. We're going to be doing it with this cartoon render pipeline. I have a few different ideas for little games to start in Unity, but I don't know which one to pick. I kind of want to do a Christmas horror game. So I was thinking, what if you're like Santa's elf or one of Santa's elves and you live in like the elf village, and all of a sudden like the elves disappear. And like you go looking around the workshop and it's like fucking empty. And you basically go through this like abandoned elf village, and then eventually you come to like Santa's workshop and you find like a bunch of the elves slaughtered. Like what about... is that a thing? Is a Christmas horror game a thing? Christmas horror game that you finish next year. Exactly. Like, that's what I'm saying. If I wanted to get this out by Christmas, I would actually need to start it now. Like, at least start it now. I guess Christmas horror games are a thing. There's actually a few Christmas horror games on itch. Oh my god, like dude, you know what I hate? Itch.io doesn't have a not safe for work filter. I can't bring up itch.io on stream because like half the fucking games are girls in bikinis and like nude shit. Like, itch.io not safe for work filter. They really need to add a not safe for work filter, because like itch.io is just full of porn now. How do I even filter this? You can go to your user settings, click a box that says show content marked as adult in search and browse. I don't know if this will help because there's suggestive content that isn't marked as not safe for work. Fuck. Yeah. So that's kind of an issue, I think, with itch.io. They really need a proper not safe for work filter. You can apply /SFW. Ooh, nice. That's a good thing. So you can do /SFW and it will filter any not safe for work things. If the developers have labeled them as not safe for work, which is not every game. Alright. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream for here. It was a nice little development stream. We did voxel mesh generation, which is can be useful for making some Minecraft game, or just like there's a bunch of stuff where you just want to, for example, you could generate buildings out of voxels, simple room structures. There's a bunch of uses to have voxel generation, and like I was saying, this is actually the base for the mesh from distance field generation we're gonna do. So I think this afternoon, probably in like an hour or two, I'll be live again and we'll work on that. Yeah, the other thing is, like, besides a Christmas horror game, I was thinking of doing like a little first-person shooter where you, like, I don't know how to describe it, like, literally just messing around with a first-person shooter, just adding some guns, trying to program some enemies that are fun to fight. We'll see. I kind of like going into a project with more of a plan, though. I'll have to think about it. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. I hope you're having a good day, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. If you want to watch any of the previous live streams, they're up on YouTube. If you have any questions, I'm available on Discord or Twitter or wherever. Yeah, thanks for watching. If you're developing anything yourself, best of luck with that. Bye-bye.